Hi, this is Steve with the Cryptomine doing my special weekly show. This show is affiliated with nerdcon1.com and is brought to you by Pyre Gaming Performance Supplements as well as Razer Streamer. Check out all those products. I have the links down below in this video, or you can go to nerdcon1.com and check them out there as well. I'm very grateful to the people at NerdCon1 for taking me in and being part of their nerdy network and being able to talk about cryptocurrency with everyone out there. You know, one of the basic things that a lot of people wonder about is cryptocurrency. How do I get involved with it? How do I do it? Do you have to be rich to be a part of this thing? And what's with this mining thing? I've heard a little bit about it, or maybe in passing, but it sounds too complicated or weird. Well, I'm here to tell you today that crypto mining is actually very doable, and in fact, many of you out there, especially if you're nerdy, if you like to play games and such things, may already have equipment that can do crypto mining. And I'm going to take you step by step through that. So let me get into this real quick about what is crypto mining. Well, in the beginning there was Bitcoin, and it was good. And Bitcoin has spawned other offshoots of it, of other coinage. But many of these other coins have spawned offshoots of coins and tokens. One of the biggest differences between, say, a coin and a token, for the most part, is that coins are things that are mined, and they use something called a proof of work algorithm in order to determine who gets rewards for doing the computerized work called mining for the particular coins. And the neat thing about this proof of work algorithm is that if you're hooked into the network and if you're using your computer's power to do what is called hashing, you're competing with people all over the world who would hash the same thing. But if you're the lucky one that gets the last hash to complete what's called a block, and the block is solved, you get the reward for that block. Now, what's also nice about it is that it's all math. So in many ways, if you do mining, you can kind of determine what your return is going to be based on a lot of different math factors that I may help you figure out in another episode. But first things first, how do I know that I even have what it takes to do crypto mining? I mean, am I going to have to go out there and spend like thousands of dollars in equipment? I've heard about some of these mining boxes that cost, you know, $10,000, $11,000 to mine Bitcoin. And oh my God, I've heard about these giant Chinese crypto farms with, like, they've got thousands and thousands of those boxes. I mean, it all seems so ridiculous. Don't worry about that, because I'm going to tell you that here at the Cryptomine, I am a hobbyist miner. I do right now all of the mining I do right out of my own home. So, and that's what I'm gearing for you guys too, is to show you how you can do this, how you can do it from your own home and actually earn cryptocurrency. And honestly, the mining is good, and I don't make a fortune, but I'm making something every single day. I'm earning while I am working on these videos. I'm earning when I go outside of my home and am doing other projects or doing some work or shopping for groceries. I'm even earning when I'm sleeping, and that's one of the beauties of crypto mining. Now, part of the way that I get that done is I have a mining rig, like in this picture here. Now, this mining rig is a dedicated machine, and it's just like a computer. It's got a processor, CPU, it's got a motherboard, a power supply. But in this case, the motherboard's special, and it's got space for 6 different cards, 6 different video cards to be put on it. And while I have 5 of 6 slots filled up on it. And so that's one of those dedicated things, and it I sort of saved up. I looked for sales and things like that. I didn't build my rig right away. I was able to build my rig for around $900, which actually is about the same cost as a PC that you might even use for gaming. So that's one thing. And now that guy runs 24/7, 365, and does work for me morning, noon, and night. And that's really beautiful. But even without that, I have equipment that can mine. I started 2 years ago exploring this whole world of cryptocurrencies with just my dirty little laptop, Acer laptop, nothing special at all. I was exploring different mining programs and how to use them and stuff. And it took me a while to figure out that I can't mine big, huge, popular, expensive coins with them. But I've actually learned how to get like a penny a day out of it, just mining some small coins and actually turning the profits of that into other coins that I like better. And then there's also your PC box. Now, if you're playing games on your PC, or if you even have what some people call the console killer PC, then you totally have the equipment to mine with. Most of them come with a really nice CPU and also a really smoking graphics card. And this is one of the main ways that a lot of people at home are doing mining. Also, as a side note, I have an HP Mini with an Intel 6th generation CPU processor in it, and I have it mining 24/7, 365. That's all it does, because I have other computers, this other computer here to do this video work and editing and other things. So there's all manner of different things that you can put to work for crypto mining, and they will earn to various degrees depending on their power. Now, right after this break, I'm going to get into the different types of mining and the different types of computer hardware and what you should be looking for and to expect. Alright, so going over what might be some kind of hardware that would work for you for crypto mining. As I've pointed out before, I've got a 3-year-old Acer computer laptop with a i3 processor, which is not really that much, but it can function. There are programs for mining that focus on your CPU, ones that focus on the GPU, the graphics card. And there are different what are called algorithms that work either for CPUs or for GPUs. And the different coins out there, they choose the algorithms that they want to have working to do the hashing. So some coins will be CPU mining coins and some will be GPU mining coins. Most of the popular coins that a home hobbyist can mine will be GPU based coins. Although there are some notable coins that are specifically for CPU, such as Monero, and upcoming will be Digibyte, who is redoing their algorithms to make sure that they have a CPU mineable algorithm. And there are a couple others out there as well. So there is something for every little bit of your computer to get hashing on. So we got the i3 laptop with no separate GPU. I would call that about the bottom of the barrel right now. It's an i3 6th generation Intel chip, and it has just 4 threads on the CPU. And then if you saw the picture of my HP Mini, that machine actually has a CPU. It's a 6th generation Intel CPU that has 8 threads on it. So it can do a little bit more hashing on the CPU algorithms than my laptop. I currently have it mining Monero, and right now, although it doesn't seem like a lot, it's running at about 10 cents a day in Monero that it's generating, just going click, 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 racking up, racking up, racking up. In in the crypto world, there's a saying about stacking sats and chilling. Sats, satoshis, are 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin is a satoshi, and that a lot of the people who get it, who understand the crypto world and how new it is and how much it's growing and how much more there's going to go on, they don't worry about necessarily specifically what they make this day, this hour, this minute. They understand that if they just do the work and keep chipping away at it and keep stacking those little tiny satoshis together, that eventually one day they're going to have something real, especially when the rest of the world catches on. This is still pretty new, and Bitcoin, even Bitcoin, the most known of all the coins, maybe has a 1% adoption around the world. So there's way more to come, and the more people want to get a piece of it, the more expensive all these things are going to get. Alright, now on to GPUs. So GPUs come in a whole variety, and the two big dogs on the scene, the companies that have GPUs, are NVIDIA and AMD. And you gamers, you know what you got in your box when you're playing your games, which particular card you have, what model you have, and how many gigabytes of video memory it has. This is really important. These days, if you have, these days, you can mine with a GPU that's smaller than 4 gigabytes, but it's going to severely limit what coins you could mine. If you have a 4 gigabyte card or greater, then you can mine nearly everything. The window is closing on some of the bigger, more popular coins like Ethereum for 4 gigabyte mining, but it's still available. But there are still hundreds of coins you can mine with a 4 gigabyte card. With an 8 gigabyte card, you can also then still be playing in the top tier with some of the most mined coins out there. Now, Bitcoin is not one of them. Bitcoin is on an SHA-256 algorithm, and there's basically not there. If there is a mining program out there to directly mine Bitcoin, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage to the giant, what are called ASIC farms, these mining specific machines that mine Bitcoin and certain other coins out there as well. So you can do it, and in a future episode I'm actually going to talk about how you could mine anything and get Bitcoin, or nearly anything and get Bitcoin. But that's for a future time. Right now, you want to mine what you can, and there's a lot of options out there. There are a lot of projects and that are totally worth your time, effort, and even money and electricity. So if you got an 8 gigabyte card or greater, then you're gonna do well. Currently, most of mine are AMD RX 580 cards, and that technology is about 2.5 years old now. And even though they're not the fastest cards, they're doing great work for me. They're steady and are fine. In the AMD world, the RX 5700s are kicking some butt. And then NVIDIA also has a whole slew of cards that are doing a lot of good work. Now, NVIDIA just came out with a new round of cards, announced their 30 series, and they're purportedly pretty darn fast. And the money for them is lower than expected at about $500. But like I said, for this video, I'd like you to focus on what you've got now, because it could very well be that you're ready to go as we speak. So look inside your box, or check out your specs. Look at them on your Windows display, where you can bring up the specs of your computer. Because if you've got an i6, a 6th gen, 7th gen, or hopefully 8th gen or higher CPU from Intel, or the Ryzen series, where if you've got like in the Ryzen 2000s or above, I just put in an AMD Ryzen 3700X into my new computer that I did for video editing, etc. And it's mining just fine. It's really great. All of those are going to get you where you need to go. So, what do you have in your computer? Why don't you write some comments below? I really welcome questions. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please go to YouTube and The Cryptomine, and that's Mind, M-I-N-E-D. Search me up there, The Cryptomine, M-I-N-E-D, and you can go to my video, and I welcome a lot of questions and comments, and I'll try to answer any questions that you have out there. With further episodes here on the NerdCon1 network, I'm going to take you through how to figure out what coins to mine, how to find the programs that mine them, and how to figure out generally how much you might make or acquire with doing the mining. So remember that this is a great hobby thing. This is a great way to take your machine that you're using already, and it's giving you information by surfing the internet, that's giving you entertainment by playing games, hanging out with friends, doing all those kinds of things, which is fantastic, and getting a little bit extra out of it. Having that machine print money for you. Doesn't that sound like a fantastic thing? And if you follow my advice on setting up and things, that you can do it without any extra expense. And then you can see if mining is something that you really like and would like to go further. I sure did. I'm having a blast doing it, and I think that I'm having a blast doing it, and I'm making money doing it as well. And that's just those are two things you can't always put together. So I'm just thrilled, and it's giving me more options in life. Don't we like that? So till next week, this is Steve saying so long from the Cryptomine to NerdCon1. Have a good week. We'll be seeing you soon.